Public Safety. I have with me right now our Regional Director, Gerald Brown. He is going to come up and then offer a few remarks, and then we'll get more details about what happened. So I'm going to turn it over to Regional Director, Gerald Brown.
Good afternoon. Thank you all for being here today. It's a tragic event. Sometime this morning around 10:30, we had an 18-wheeler that ran into our driver's license office that's directly across the street from here. What we know is that we had several people injured as a result of this accident. As a result of this incident, the driver was being followed. He had stolen an 18-wheeler earlier. Justin's going to get into all that, so I won't get into those details. He was being chased by a deputy, and he ran into our building. We have several people that were injured, and one is deceased at this time. Again, Justin will get into all those. This is a tragic day for us. Tragic day. My heart and prayers goes out to the family members of those that are injured, as well as those that are injured. We have multiple agencies that are here that are assisting, to include Washington County, Brenham PD, the FBI, as well as all of the resources that we have with the Texas DPS. We have the Texas Rangers, the Texas Highway Patrol, and the Investigation Division. I'll step back and let Justin, Sergeant Reese, come up and give you guys the details. Thank you all for being here. Really appreciate you.
Good afternoon, everybody. This is a sad day for DPS, for all the people that were involved, all the customers that we had in our building today for today's incident. A Washington County Sheriff's Deputy and other law enforcement were behind this 18-wheeler. It was reported stolen. They saw the vehicle on State Highway 36 over here, this side of 290 by the McDonald's. The driver fled from law enforcement and came here on 290 going westbound, took the feeder loop under 290 main highway and went east back on 290 feeder. The stolen 18-wheeler took a hard right turn and went into the DPS Brenham office. The suspect is Clinton Parker, who is 42, from Chapel Hill. Parker was taken into custody and taken to the Washington County Sheriff's Department. Parker did come to the DPS Brenham office yesterday at approximately 3 or 4 p.m. where he was denied his commercial driver license. He then, while he was there, the driver's license staff advised Parker that he was not eligible to renew his commercial driver's license. 2 people were flown to CHI, St. Joseph's, and Bryan. 1 person was flown to Memorial Hermann Hospital in Houston. 3 were transported to Scott & White here in Brenham and have been released. And 8 were treated and released from the scene of the incident. Unfortunately, 1 person has succumbed to their injuries and died at the hospital. This is a criminal investigation that is being led by the Texas Rangers. Parker is facing multiple felony offenses, and victim support services for DPS is on the scene of family reunification, which is at the Brenham Police Department. Any questions?
Did the driver have any weapons on him at the time?
That's all under investigation. His name is going to be Clinton Parker. C-L-E-N-A-R-D Parker.
Does he have previous charges?
That's under investigation.
Can you talk to us about the deceased person? Which hospital did he or she die at? And do you know the approximate age and male, female?
We're not going to release that information right now because it's still very fresh. So family notification still has to be made.
Was that person a state employee?
That's under investigation.
How many people total were state employees and how many were
So all we have right now is 14 total individuals.
Does this appear to be intentional, or he sure don't try to get away from police?
That's all under investigation. Still very active. Can you repeat the question? No, there was no resistance. get as much information as we can.
Do you know approximately how many people were actually inside the building?
That was going to be the 14 people.
Just the so all 14 people who were injured, or 13 injured and 1 deceased, were the totality of people who were
Yes,
inside?
all the people inside.
Were there people there who were not injured, who were just present?
So the 8 that I said that got checked on scene, that was everybody that was still there that didn't want to go to the hospital. That's going to include all these people.
Do we know who owns this 18-wheeler yet?
What's that?
Who owns it?
We're still trying to figure that out.
And the 18-wheeler looks like it went into the building to drive out and grab it back in, or why is the 18-wheeler outside?
Yeah, he went into the vehicle, or went into the building, and did come back out.
Would you describe the building? We can see the entrance. What was the truck hitting? What is in there?
That is the front door with the driver's license.
How far back did it go?
I'm not sure right now. We're still trying to figure it all out.
So Texas Rangers.
That's a waiting area for waiting for the driver's license and that kind of thing.
Yeah, that's the waiting area and where the driver's license desk are at.
Gotcha. So we're waiting offices. Just trying to get an idea of exactly how far into the building did the truck make it inside. Past the lobby of the office areas where
That's all still under investigation. There are several offices behind that driver's license waiting area, so we're still trying to figure it all out.
Did the suspect suffer any injuries in the process?
The suspect did not suffer any injuries.
So there were 14 people, just total. 8 people checked out, 1 person deceased, everybody else went to the hospital in some
Everybody went to
capacity. Okay. And then of the 14, how many were civilians and how many were civilians?
Still trying to figure it all out.
Who
What's that?
has actual custody of him right now?
Washington County Sheriff's Department. He's in jail over there. That's something
Two more questions. You have time for 2 more questions.
we're still trying to figure all that out.
Let's go hear the other one.
Sergeant, could this be considered an act of domestic terrorism related to case
We have all assets on scene and trying to figure all that out together. Like I said, this is still very active and ongoing, so I can't release that information right now.
Since the threat level was already at a heightened level just in recent time because of the climate, if you will, can you give us a sense of where that will be moving forward in terms of the other government offices and law enforcement?
What I can say today is that this area is safe. We've got the suspect in custody, and we're all out here trying to get
Is the suspect from Brenham or Washington County?
Close down, or are you guys aware of, like, structurally if the anticipated building
The building is not going to be used for that this time, right? So it's going to be shut down. For all of our customers that has appointments and plan to come here for a driver's license, please go to our DPS website to see where you can go. So what we can tell you right now is what we've already told you. This is an active investigation, and as soon as we know more, we will surely share it with you. We want to be transparent with you, and as soon as we're able to show any videos, any of those things of that nature, we are a public information officer, you can get that information. But as of right now, it's an active investigation. So that's going to be all the questions we're going to allow the senators to come up with.
Can you give us his date of birth though, real quick?
I think he gave that to you already.
I must have. I'm sorry, I didn't catch it.
Give it to him.
Just 42.
He's 42. Yeah, but they do like an actual birthday.
Mr. Parker's date of birth is going to be July 16th, 1981. July 16th, 1981.
1981.
Sergeant, can you identify yourself?
This is a tragic day, and it's affected a whole lot of people. Obviously, this investigation is just in its infancy right now, so we have a lot of questions that we're working to get answers, which is the reason why all these resources are here. But we're blessed to have with us the Texas Senator for this area, Louis Colhorn. So we want to give her an opportunity to tell us.
I first want to say to everyone that we need to pray for the victims. Now that we have lost someone in this tragedy, please pray for their families. This is a day that you don't think is going to happen. That office right there is something known. The mayor and I and everyone in Brenham have taken our children to get their driver's license there. I've gotten my driver's license there. It's a place of public service. And so what we've seen today was an act of violence. And I want to first thank all the first responders. the deputy sheriff that realized that was a stolen truck. Those that got on the scene quickly to keep more damage from being done, as I understand. I want to thank DPS and all of our servants. Today we are reminded that those that serve us in public, it's a dangerous job. Someone that goes to work today to issue driver's license can literally trigger someone to create an act of violence like the one that we see across the street. And so I want to thank all of our first responders that were on the scene today, helping those victims. I want to thank all of the law enforcement for their quick reaction. And again, pray for those victims that have been hurt. In ways we're blessed that more weren't injured in this act of violence. And then finally, I want to say that we will prosecute this person to the full extent of the law, because this will not be tolerated. Not in my hometown, and not in our home state. So, again, thank you to all those that responded. Join us in prayers for the victims, and we will be tough on this crime. Thank you.
Now I'd like to bring up the mayor for the city of Brenham for some remarks.
Thank you. Well, I'm not going to repeat everything that. I'm sorry.
You're the mayor.
Mayor Atwood Conjura, mayor for the city of Brenham here. It's unfortunate that we are here gathered for a really senseless tragedy, and we just found out, or I just found out at the same time you did, about the deceased, and that's not the kind of news we want to get here today. Our prayers are with those who are still in critical care. I want to say thanks to our first responders. Had it not been for their quick action, as you can see across the street, the suspect was backing the vehicle up and with the intent of going into it again. Our fire chief mentioned that if he had veered a little bit to the left the second time, there would have been a collapse in that building, which would have resulted in a lot more injuries and possible death. So again, thanks to our first responders. I can't say enough for them. They put their life on the line. And again, keep your prayers for those who are in the critical care now. Thank you very much.
We will continue to keep everyone updated on our social media channels, on our Twitter and Facebook channels. The investigators continue to work tirelessly behind us, and that will be going on for several hours. That's all we have for right now. Thank you.